we're going to show you an algorithm. So that means like a process for solving square roots. So this is by doing it by hand, okay? And it's actually kind of similar to long division, just a little bit different in the rules. So imagine some jerk asks you to do this, the square root of this number, but with no calculator. You're like, that's ridiculous. Why would I do that ever? But you can prove him wrong. You can say, I do know how to do this. The way we go about doing this is we first find our place at the decimal, okay? And then we separate all numbers to the left of the decimal, so all like whole number values, by sets of 2, okay? So I'm going to rewrite this. I want to rewrite it as pairings. So I know for my decimal, we have 2, 5, and that's 2 pairs to the right. And if I had to go farther, I would separate 2 more, okay? And then I have 5 and 6, they're another pair. And then I have 1 and 0, they're another pair. So if you take a look at what I've done here, let's draw the square root out. I've exaggerated here, and I'll put it a little closer together. But the reason I've exaggerated is because I want you to see that I've put a comma kind of here and like a comma there. Okay, so the 10 is separate from the 56. The 56 is separate from the 2, 5. Okay, so we separate from the comma in pairs of 2s. Okay, so I've exaggerated quite a bit here. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the square root of the very first pair, which is 10. So what number would be closest to the square root of 10, but just under it?
9.
9, yeah. And what is the square root of 9?
3.
3. Okay, so we take our value of 3, okay, and we figure out that 3 times 3 would give us 9. So we subtract, just like in long division, we subtract, okay? So we subtract our number, we end up with 1. Now, we're going to bring down the next pair of numbers. In long division, we usually bring 1 digit at a time. We're going to bring down 2 digits. So we bring down the 5 and the 6, and I'm just going to move this 1 over a little closer. Okay, hopefully that still makes sense. So it's 156. Now, here's the kind of the tough part. Not only do we bring those 2 digits down, but I take a value, and this is going to be my new like tens column, okay? I have to double what I had here. So I had the number 3, so 3 times 2, I'm going to write on the side, 3 times 2 is 6, okay? So I need a number that has a 10 digits of 6, okay? Times some value. That's going to equal 156. So I've drawn it out here, and this looks really confusing. But we get the 6 by taking 3 and just doubling whatever it is. So 3 times 2 is 6. That's doubling. So we need some number that's going to fill both these spots and be as close as possible to 156. So 1 times 61, that's only give us 61. 2 times 62, well, that's probably really, really close. I'll do the calculation on my side. I can tell you that 3 is going to be too much. I know that off the top of my head. Okay, mainly because I know 3 times 60 would be 180. That's way, way larger than this. So the number 2. So let's use, whoops, so I want to put that in blue here. 2 times 62. So what is 2 times 62? I think it is a 124. Yeah. So now we have 124. Okay, and we subtract. So we subtract these values. These values here, we are going to get, that will become 0, this becomes 3, 2, and then again like before, we bring down the pair of digits. So 2, 5. So now this time, after we've brought down our 25, so we're looking for something that's going to equate to 3,225. Instead of doubling just 3, now we have to double 32. Okay, I know they're really far spaced out apart, so it's kind of hard to see. But we have to double 32. So I'm going to do it on the side here. 32 times 2 gives me 64. So just the same way I set this up, I need something times 6, 4, and some digit that's going to equal 3225. So I got to start playing with values. Is it going to be 1? 1's going to be way too low. 2, I know, is going to give me only 1200. That's not going to be enough. And you can follow along with the calculator. 3 will only give me 1800. 4 will give me about 24. 5 will give me something a little over 30. So let's work with the value of 5. Let's see if 5 works. So 5 times 645. Let's see if that works. And it comes 3225. Perfect. So that's the exact value. So the number 5 is now up here. So don't forget that decimal place. Okay? And when we subtract, we get 0. So what that means is the square root of 1056.25 is the number 32.5. I brought each of these values over. So that was a 3, a 2, and a 0.5. Okay? Tough. Not the easiest thing in the world. But we can go through it. Once you get through the process, it's really similar to long division. There's lots of steps. But once you've memorized the steps, you can continuously apply it and apply it and apply it again.